Hey, members and patrons, just wanted to come at you with another little behind the scenes vlog like I do every month. It has been a very, very eventful month, April has, and so we got a lot to talk about. By the way, I'm trying a manual focus for this vlog. Not that anybody really notices, because I'm sure a lot of you guys just listen to these, but don't worry about it. Anyway, I guess I'll start as I always do with the performance of the videos that I've released over the past month, and the streams as well, of which there has been one. If to my recollection, I'm pretty sure I would remember if I streamed more than once. And I will talk about some of the other stuff that's been going on behind the scenes and what you can expect in May and beyond. Now, some of this is probably ground I've covered in previous vlogs, but some of this is going to be kind of new information, I think. So essentially, I believe I finished off March with my video about Trek Humans. So this was kind of a follow up to my update video on Star Trek's economy. And so this was examining like the feasibility of humans creating and maintaining a utopia like they do in Star Trek, and the challenges that would be faced by that. And I'm pretty happy with that video. Neither of these videos exploded in views, but they were received relatively well. There was obviously a lot of discussion in the comments from people of all political leanings, as is to be expected. But those are just some contributions to my thoughts on the lore, as is a lot of what I upload on this channel. But little modest video. But after that, in April 1st actually, I released uh my yearly April Fool's video. We had spent a very long time planning that, working on it. That we wrote the script back in the fall. We started shooting it back in the fall, and we finished shooting it a few months later, earlier this year. So hopefully it made a seamless story, but I had to update the clone lore. And I feel like I was pretty successful in that. And Rachel did a really good job acting. Kenzie, of course, as well. And I was also in it. But I love doing that kind of stuff. It was fun, and a lot of people clicked on that thumbnail on day one, which is really interesting. My April Fool's videos from the past few years, past couple years at least, have garnered a lot of day one clicks, a lot of day one interest, which I find amusing. But after that, I released the big behemoth that is my Discovery video, my Discovery retrospective. Now that's kind of plateaued in views as well, but for a while there, it was growing at a really good pace. And so hopefully there will be more of that. But the engagement on that, holy God, so much engagement. Naturally, being Discovery, very divisive show, or at least one could see how it could be characterized as divisive. I know a lot of people hate it, a lot of people don't like it, and I didn't, some people, I guess, evidently must have thought that I'd spent 2 hours, glazing it, defending the writing or whatever. I mean, I have issues with Discovery, and I talked about them. I do think that in the video I did talk about how season one kind of impressed me a little bit more on rewatch, but every season after that, had more and more compounding issues, and season one had issues as well, that made for a rather imperfect series, to put it one way. Um, there were, there's people who came in and just reacted to the title, as there always is. But my hope is that, because like I wanted to clear up some misconceptions about the show. I wanted to inform people and educate people about the show, about Brian, like the level of Brian Fuller's involvement, what ideas of his actually made it into the show, the origins of the far future premise that they developed for season three, how that has been something that was pitched to Paramount a long time ago, and Discovery happened to be the show that picked it up. How going to the future was baked in from the start. I talk about issues with the character writing and talk about issues with the visual, or just the perceptions of issues with the visual style and visual design. Um, uh, Speaking of canon and the Trek fandom, I was on a podcast as well, the Hailing Frequencies Open podcast, and that episode is going to be coming out in May 20th. They told me. Very fun. We had a nice, hour and a half discussion about canon and my channel and everything, which it was really fun. They were really nice. So I'm looking forward to that. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I will be sure to post and advertise it on my channel, my social media, and all that. But in the midst of that, I was having, well, I say in the midst of that, really, I would say from when did it start? It had to have been like February up to recently. I was having intermittent internet issues, and actually, intermittent is not correct. It's not accurate. I was having frequent internet issues, and we've tried different solutions. We bought a backup box. We have adjusted like the positioning of our router and everything, and it's more stable now. Knock on wood. I think Comcast went and fixed some poles and lines and stuff after we had a lot of storms, which I'll get to in a minute. But I was worried that I was not going to be able to stream a lot. I was very worried about my first contact day stream, in fact, which I might as well talk about that too. Um, I first contact day, April 5th. I mean, I had to stream. I had to do something. This is OrangeRiver, for God's sakes. So, but luckily I was able to stream. I streamed from my laptop, and there were still some buffering issues. But that one reason that I was on my laptop is because we were having some flooding in our house, and some of you guys who were there, you'll probably remember that I was talking about it, and I have talked about it, that we in the South, we had a lot of really bad storms come through recently, thunderstorms, hurricane force winds, tornadoes, etc., the works. And I living on a floodplain, we had like just water just gushing in the house. We were trying to vacuum it up. In fact, behind me, where I'm filming now, is where obviously the room where my computer is. Of course, nothing electronic got touched, thankfully. But back towards that wall, there was water coming in from the outside, just a river into that closet. That closet back there, into the bathroom adjacent to where that closet is, getting out over into that corner. It came towards my couch. It touched my bed a little bit. Didn't really ruin any furniture, thankfully. Just some just some like magazines and stuff that were kind of stacked over on that wall. But I shit you not, we have to have, and when I say we, is my parents and we have to have dumped close to 1,000 gallons of water. We had these shop vacs, and we were vacuuming them up. Now, thankfully, we were all able to tag team, and they were able to tag team. I had to do my stream. This is my job, so I had to do my stream, and so I was doing it on my laptop upstairs in my studio, and I'm glad I did it because that was the fundraiser also for for my discovery video, and that went very well. That video, no matter like the view count, because watch time is more important on YouTube these days. That video was profitable. I 1,000 billion% made back more money than I spent on the edit and on the shoot and everything. And so I'm really happy about that. That was just a success all around, and I'm really happy with how the script turned out. It's not a perfect video, but I do hope more people go and watch it. If you haven't watched it yet, please go watch it, because I think it's really important that people do watch it, because I talk about a lot of stuff that is important to Trekkies, or should be, in my opinion anyway, independent of what you think about the quality of the show and everything. I mean, these retrospectives, I try to make them kind of multifaceted, more than just reviews. Um, it's a lore analysis, it's a lore summary, it is a behind the scenes expose, it's a critique, it is a lot of things. Um, and speaking of, I have one of those coming for Voyager next month, and I also have Mapping Voyager coming as well. I've teased both of these publicly, I believe. People know that they're coming, but they are still coming, and the dates for them are such that, because I have one video that I have to release in early May. Um, there's a chance it might get pushed earlier, but as of now, it is early May. That is sponsored. I have to fulfill a quota, and then after that is going to be the teaser um, for issue 3 of Endurance, my fan comic, and then after that is going to be Voyager and Mapping Voyager back to back. And then issue 3 release. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to all that. I'm so proud of my Voyager essay. I think, or my Voyager script. I think that may be one of my best video scripts so far in this retrospective series. So I know that a lot of you have been pining for Voyager, and listen, I understand, because having gone back and rewatched Voyager recently, that show's all right. That show's all right. Um, it did some things that I like. It did some things that I didn't care for as much, but that show's all right. Also have a Kelvin Movies video that I'm working on that's further down the pipe that's being edited. Um, so that's not May. That will be later, in all likelihood. But yeah, that's essentially what's been going on. I mean, this past month I've been trying to get my internet in a semi-stable configuration, and it is semi-stable again. I've been trying to deal with the flooding, and we've thankfully are in a position now where we have where we did some caulking outside, moved some bricks around to kind of change the flow of the water. So we actually had a big rain the other day, and there was no water that came in. So it's looking like it's holding. So that's good. I've been trying to, honestly, a lot of what I've spent this month doing is just kind of perfecting the videos that are being released now. I completely forgot about Lost Decades, by the way. I released a video about Japan's Lost Decades, just a one-off topic that I have always been interested in, because I would like to start doing more videos related to, the real world. And those of you who watched it really enjoyed it, which I am happy about. If you haven't watched that either, go watch it, please. Um, but that was a fun little project. Um, but I've been trying to get, in like issue 3 of Endurance, just kind of like set up for release. I haven't done the dialogue yet. I need to do that. Got to record the trailer dialogue and everything. Got to get Kinsey back in the studio to do more Asukaza. Erica, Oh man, good times, good times. Yeah, he had fun doing that voice. Um, and just kind of monitoring like my edits that are going on, working with sponsors. That is essentially what I have been doing this month. Is just a bunch of small shit, really. But I actually am trying to start working closer to my release dates. The videos that I have in production right now are June videos, more or less, which is not bad, where it's almost May, so it is good to have the June videos in production. But I've historically, like when I was uploading weekly on my channel, I was trying to like get so far ahead, because like I wanted to, be able to breathe a little bit and have stuff I could release, put out, so I could take a breather, have time to work on other projects. And now that I have stopped releasing weekly, and I'm releasing, still a couple times a month, maybe a few times a month, but not, not as often as I was in the past. Getting so far ahead on these videos, these rough cuts, and kind of sitting on them. Like there's been times where I've sat on a rough cut for months, multiple months, and I'm starting to think like, well, and of course I have to wait for sponsors, of course, but I'm starting to think like, well, what is the purpose of this? You know, I might like I think I want to start working closer to my release dates and just releasing videos when they're ready. I still want to release them early for patrons and members, of course, for top patrons and members. I've considered doing members to public or, you know, patrons to public for my just the final releases, but the way that YouTube treats unlisted videos, I just don't like it, and so that's why those of you who, which is I try to compensate by doing enough behind the scenes stuff like this for my regular patrons and members, as well as you know the digital artwork and the behind the scenes images, um, the you know the patron and member only polls, the merch discounts, the thumbnails, all of that, and some other special features, which I know that you know I've talked about this before. Those of you who are patrons and members of mine, most of you are like, you do enough, which I'm glad. But yeah, so top patrons and members will still get early access, but I want to start releasing videos just when they're ready. And like I said, I still need sponsors now more than ever because ad revenue is kind of dog crap on YouTube right now. It is spring, but it's just not the way it used to be. Like I think I might have made more money in like 2023 than, for instance, than I ever will. Maybe. I mean, I don't want to say that. It's certainly not for a long time that I could match that. I think because, but also there's a lot going on in 2023. Like a lot of Trek channels blew up really big because of like Picard season 3 and stuff like that. But it's just live action like seasons of live action Star Trek tend to kind of give my channel a boost, but it's kind of drying up a little bit. And long term, like I said, I do want to establish being able to make videos on just random topics and have them get a baseline of views. I'm not quite there yet. Still got to get to 100K, but I'm not done with Star Trek by any means. I'm going to continue releasing Star Trek videos for the rest of this year, beyond, and I would imagine beyond this year as well. So don't get scared. Eventually, yes, I would like to try to transition to the point where Star Trek is not like the sole franchise that I'm relying on for views and money, because I have a lot of things I want to say about other franchises. And my hope is that you guys will be interested enough to hear what I have to say because it's me who's saying it, not just because I'm a Star Trek channel. And to some people, that sounds conceited, but yes, I do hope that people watch me for me because I am a person, I am a human being, and I have a diverse set of interests, and I have tried to inject my personality more into my content over the past few years, and I will continue to do so, particularly with the edgy humor. But that's really all that I think I had to say today. The next, like the future of streams are um, kind of up in the air. I think. I mean, the next big one for sure that's happening is going to be my birthday on June 30th. But before that, I want to try some other gaming stuff on the second channel. Probably some Mario stuff. Um, we'll see if I can get my hands on the Switch 2 after release. I'm not doing a pre-order. I just pre-ordering to me is just kind of like more of a hassle than just trying to get the thing when it's actually in the store, like after release day. But so we'll see about that. Got 90K coming up. I'll probably do a special stream for 90K. Maybe gaming. I don't know that I would do a uh, a Q&A. Well, we'll see. I mean, all my streams are Q&As, but the ones where I'm just talking to chat, you know, a lot of people enjoy them, but I can't, that's not something I want to do every time I get on stream. Um, but yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. Um, That's like I said, that's really it. I'm just looking forward to releasing a lot of the stuff that I've am sitting on now. Can't wait for the reaction to Voyager. Can't wait for the reaction to Mapping Voyager. Hoping that video does well. Can't wait for you guys to see issue 3 of Endurance, more streams, and more one-off videos in the future, going into the future. I've got a really big mega project that I'm working on behind the scenes that uh, I won't reveal anything about it just yet. But my patron Sean Guku, who is the one of the illustrators of Endurance, is currently working on some Blender stuff for me. So that's a little tease. I'll have more on that later in the year, I'm sure. Um, and as far as Star Trek, pivoting back to that. Season 3 of Strange New Worlds, I'm sure I'll have things to say about it. Uh, I have to say I'm not quite as excited about it as I would have been in the past because I'm just jaded with live action Star Trek, I think. But hopefully they surprise me. But anyway, that's all I have for this month. Yeah. Any I don't know what I was gonna say. Any comments or concerns? Like, just go read Endurance. Go watch my videos. That's all I can ask. And I appreciate those of you who, if you're watching this, by definition, you are a patron. Remember, you're paying to help me fund the activities of this channel, including paying my editors and just doing all kinds of fancy stuff like going to the pyramid and screaming off the top of the pyramid. Anyway, that's all I have for this month. I will see you in the next something or other. Stay tuned. Like I said, some my release dates may get kind of adjusted a little bit, but due to sponsors, but we'll see. You know it's coming. And I'll have thumbnails released, or I think by the time this is being uploaded, um, or published, people will already have seen the thumbnails. That's all I have for this month. Live long and prosper. And I hope that I get some new fiber internet plans in my neighborhood soon.